AI speech coaching feels powerful at first. You record once, you see data, you notice filler words you don't realize you're using. But after a few weeks, some teams plateau. Not because the tool fails, but because they misunderstand how to use it. Today, we'll be breaking down the most common Yodi mistakes people make and how and who typically struggle specifically. Hi, my name is Justin from LemCoach, and this practical reconsideration of where teams misuse Yodi and how to think about it properly. So, Yodi gives consistent feedback. That's the strength. But here's the issue: if you record multiple sessions without changing behavior, the system repeats similar suggestions. Reduce filler words, slow down, pause more. After the third or fourth time, reps stops paying attention. This creates feedback fatigue. The assumption many teams make is if you keep recording, improvement will happen. That's false. Recording without intentional adjustments only reinforces the same pattern. So if you don't improve, basically you get the same responses or feedback all the time. So improvement requires focused iteration, not passive repetition. So that's something you should look at. AI analyzes delivery mechanics. It does not fully understand your ICP nuance, complex delays strategy, political buyer dynamics, and all that. So this is the tool, and after logging in, this is what you look like. So do you have your practice, your home, your builder, etc. My recordings. That's something I didn't see before. Oh, here we go. I recorded one earlier, and I got the score 74. So you can review your recordings and see where you can improve on. And if reps give a strategically weak answer clearly and confidently, the AI scores it well. So that's something that. So, with that being said, if a rep gives strategically weak answers, like I said, they'll get the same outcome all the time. This is where misunderstanding happens. Team assume that high score equals strong sales performance, but speech clarity and sales effectiveness have different layers. So Yodli measures how something is said, not whether the approach advances the deal. If you rely on it to evaluate your sales strategy, you are misapplying it. So, with that being the case, early adoption is exciting. Reps see graphs, they see qualified fill counts, they feel progress, but over time, if improvement slows, scores plateau, feedback feels repetitive, motivation can drop. Why that may be the case, I'll tell you. I'll tell you. At that stage, teams need structure, weekly focus, manager reinforcement, clear performance target. Without a reinforcement loop, AI feedback becomes background noise. It basically becomes redundant. So this isn't a flaw, it's a habit. And with that being said, this isn't a tool flaw. It's a habit, and not every rep benefits equally. The people who struggle most tend to be highly strategic sales reps, of course, who care more or who are more into the detail and complexity than the delivery. So reps who resist structure as well as the structure and the feedback that they receive, those are the people who tend to struggle. And teams without defined messaging frameworks, managers who don't review trends, obviously those that's something that you should take into account. On the other hand, it works very well for SDR, refining cold call openers, early career reps improving confidence, representation heavy roles, and teams that value measurable communications. So that's something that you should take into account as well. The insight here is if delivery mechanics and your bottleneck, the value feels limited. So, with that being case, an intelligent skeptic might say, isn't it all the same? I mean, it's just common sense and speak clearly and reduce fillers. That's all there is to it. In theory, yes, but awareness isn't the same as execution. Yodli surfaces blind spots objectively, so it stays them out. And you know that when it does that, expecting it to solve deeper sales performance gaps is unrealistic. It's a delivery optimizer, not a sales execution engine. So when you use inside border code system, it strengthens communications. When used alone, it can feel narrow over time. So you can use it with another tool that can balance off its weakness. So you use this for a different aspect and you use another tool for a different aspect. So common Yodli mistakes, I would say they there's something like ignoring repeated suggestions instead of targeting one variable. That's the mistakes that people make, obviously. Confusing clarity scores with sales effectiveness, losing motivation after initial improvement, and expecting strategic deal coaching from a delivery tool. That's a very big mistake, honestly speaking. Expecting something out of a tool that doesn't even execute that type of command or that type of flow, like it's a mismatch. So if you understand its layer communication mechanics, it performs very well. So you just need to understand your tool and then it will do wonders for you. So if you expect full sales transformation, you'll be disappointed. And the real question here isn't whether Yodli works, it's whether your team is using it for the right problem. Because tools don't fail, misdiagnose expectations do. So that's one of the reasons why some tools fail and not really perform well. It's because people don't use them correctly to begin with. So a tool we use ourselves, I'll just briefly touch on it, is LemCoach. It's a sales training AI tool. It trains you on different aspects. You have your academy as well, which you can use to learn different sales approaches, improve on aspects that you need to improve on, and also take live calls to test on different levels, your beginner, intermediate, advanced. So if you want that hard level as a senior sales executive or rep, you will get to experience the advanced version, which gives you critical feedback based on your performance and gives you areas of improvement. So using the tools correctly give you the results that you want, and using the tools for the wrong problems will not give you the results that you want. So research on the tools that you're using and use them accordingly. So if you need to find out more information about these tools, play around with it and find out features that we haven't discussed yet, you can leave them in the comment section, of course. So with that being said, you can catch the links in the description below and I will catch you on the next video.